What is up, my besties? And we are back with a brand new edition, of course. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I, of course, already know that sounds good to you, so click that follow button or subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one so you can figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links, of course, are in my bio. I also have access to a WhatsApp community where, now that I'm back, I'm going to be posting the challenge video today. And so we're going to be doing the challenge is going to be kicking off. So join the WhatsApp group and get inspired. Plus, you also get coaching in there. Also, I have text coaching. I have guided meditations, hypnosis recordings, whatever. I got you covered. All right, bitch? Okay. Now, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you ever miss a live, don't even trip. You think so, Alexandra? You think so? Switching it up, trying to get more color in my life around here. But, hey, Nest Bestie. Okay, so, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Watch the live replays. Engage. Leave a comment. Show some love. So we can help other people get their shit. You know what I mean. What's up, Lisa with the butterfly? Hey, welcome, my bestie. You're getting insane movement, sister. I'm loving all of that for you. By the way, yeah, her SP showed up impromptu last night for a little slumber party. Those are always the best. So today we're going to talk about something that I'm really going to need you guys to stop. And of course, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Okay. Yes. Ooh, who is this? Yes, Desiree. I manifest your SP for you. So I do the photo method, but differently, because I'm not trying to manifest your SP to contact me. You know what I mean? That would be weird. So what I do is I jump on a call with you. We recreate your SP. You know how to play your part because you have to control the version of your SP that shows up, and then I bring them to your door. Okay. I bring you back in contact, and then I walk you through how to keep the contact, and then I move to the next step. Okay. I don't just stop because I send you a little texty text. That's stupid, right? Most recent one got contact same fucking day. What? Yes. So we've had many other people get contact within the first 48 hours and so forth. If that doesn't happen, we jump on the phone together again and figure out what may be blocking it. Look, Nesp, I saw. Good morning, Yessie. I saw your little comment. Yeah, I might have had 5 tacos last night. I had 5 tacos last night. And then I may or may not have had a bowl of spaghetti at midnight. I couldn't sleep. So when you can't sleep, what do? Eat. And did I wake up gaining any weight today? No, of course not. And what am I eating today? Avocado toast, baby, with some bacon. Yes. I feel so nourished again. Haley, what are you talking about? Yes, I saw your messages. I'm working through them today. I've been on it. Okay, I've been on messaging a bunch of people back today. And so I'm on it right after this too. Okay. What's up, Just Nikki? Big thanks to your mods for giving me the best advice when I was spiraling. Yes, that's what they're there for. I did bring back a couple of our mods. I did have tacos yesterday, Patriots vibe. But they're my, hey, Matthew Bestie. They're my admins in the WhatsApp community. I do have different mods here now on the, Tiki-Taki Live. Oh, I can see you here, Haley. I love you, Casper. I'm responding to all messages today in my DMs because I'm really behind, and I'm so sorry for that. But, okay, so if you have any questions, if you're running into any problems, drop a comment. I'll be happy to elaborate and answer for you, okay? Now, here's the vibe. What I'm not going to do is I'm really going to need you to stop. Thanks, Just Nikki, girlfriend. I'm really going to need you guys to stop. Thank you, Kathy. I don't want to hear the word no movement again. I don't want to hear no movement in your vocab. Like, get it out the vocabulary, okay? That's like saying that you don't think the earth is rotating because you don't see any movement. Right? Ain't that what that's like? What up, Shanzy girlfriend? Okay, it's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing when you are focusing on saying there's no movement, there's no movement, there's no movement, there's no movement, there's no movement. Well, you're a flat earther, patriot. You're like my friend. He believes that the man that walked on the moon wasn't the man that walked on the moon. What did he say? Oh yeah, he thinks it was behind a green screen. I said, maybe. I didn't know they made green screens back then. But that's the way it works. What's up, Eddie? You have to understand this. There's always movement. There's always movement. How many times do I have to tell you guys this? Is I personally didn't see any movement. Hey, Elena, girlfriend. I didn't see any movement at first, right? At all. Because I was stuck in this law of attraction shit and looking for movement. But then what happened was I already had some underlying assumptions, right? I never had a bad description of my boyfriend. I didn't. I always thought he was a great guy. And so and you'll know how you actually feel about your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your husband or your wife based on what they said when they left. Based on what did they tell you when you broke up? If they were like, fuck you, leave me alone, I don't ever want to talk to you again, well, then your description of your SP is not very good. However, if you're like your subconscious assumption of your SP, not very good. Okay. However, if your SP was like, you know what, honey, I love you, but I need some time to think. I don't think I'm good enough for you, blah, blah, blah. See what I'm saying? Things like that. Thanks, Shansi sister. When they do things like that, that means that you have somewhat of a relatively good description of them because they're letting you down in the sweetest, most loving way possible. Right? And it's kind of like, really? Is this what we're doing now? But that means that your description is not awful of them, that you still somewhat think they're a good person, which works in your favor, okay? Because you have to understand that your assumptions of people and of things are always manifesting, even if it's behind the scenes. Yeah, Asha, that's what I do. It's like, that's what I do. I help people manifest their SPs. Because I need you guys to lower the resistance. So therefore you're like, okay, fine. Let Jen just fucking do it. And then it's easier. It's easier because then you guys can drop the stress or the trying, right? So if you have somewhat of a good description of your SP and you have other assumptions about your SP, then what happens is it's playing out behind the scenes. We just need to bring it into your reality. Okay. But you shouldn't be saying there's no movement. There's no movement. I never once said that shit. I just did. And I wasn't like, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? It's been 5 days. It's been 7 days. It's been 2 months. It's been 3 months. Because in hindsight, if I would have done that, I probably wouldn't be back with my SP, right? Because I would have quit a long time ago. I mean, let's just think logically speaking. Think, Shansi sister. Okay. Logically speaking, if that was the case, and you were really like, focused on the time and it's been this long, it's been this long, it's been this long. Yes, Abby, I will. If it's in the DM, yes. If it's not, then shoot it to the top. Because when you focus on that, then at some point in time, you're just going to be like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. But I did that shit for 7 months, 7 months. And then I started doing exactly what I tell you guys to do. And then me and my boyfriend started talking again. And then when we got back in got it, sister. And then when we got back in contact, then he started confirming a lot of the things that were going on behind the scenes that I didn't see. Who the hell told you that your manifesting is manipulation? Somebody else said that too, because they wanted to, like, I guess, make sure their karma was clean or some shit like that. First of all, I don't believe in karma. But what has to happen is we have to understand that there's, I don't know why people are saying the links are not working. They should be. And if they're not, let me take a look at the links because they should be working. But if the links aren't working, just shoot me a freaking texty and I'll send you the link. Okay. You're not manipulating anybody because it's their thought. Okay. It's their thought. They're always thinking the thoughts that you're assuming they're thinking anyway. So I guess you're just naturally manipulating every fucking body. That's like that. You know what I'm saying? Because thought transmission isn't something you try to do. Okay. It's not something you're actively trying to do. When we're consciously manifesting, yes, we're controlling the thoughts. Okay. We're controlling the thought transmission going to our SP, or at least you're supposed to be. But it is not something that you're just, oh, well, unless I actively do it, they're not hearing my thoughts. No, that's not true, because they were doing that the entire relationship you had. They're hearing your thoughts now when it's all the whining, bitching, moaning, and groaning you guys got going on. They're hearing that shit too. So it's not something you're trying to do. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when people try to tell you that shit, because that doesn't make any sense. Right. But so you need to look at the assumptions that you have of your SP, like just natural. Like if I was to be like, what is it that you know about your SP? Right? How did they break up with you? Was it in a nice, gentle way? But I mean, then that's good. Then we leverage that, right? On top of that, what do you know about them? We leverage what you know about them too. Okay. On top of that, what else do you want to assume to be true right now? Like, let's take movement out of it. Fucking forget about seeing movement for a second. What is it you want to assume to be true behind the scenes? That's all that matters. And so once you have what you assume to be true behind the scenes, then that's all you need to know. You don't need to know shit, because it will push out into your 3D. It will push out into your reality, but you can't sit there all day long and be like, I'm doing it and I don't see shit, because you keep fucking telling yourself that it's not here yet, that they're not conforming, that they're not doing the things that you want them to do, that you're not talking to them, that you're not doing whatever it is, that you're not getting something from them because you're complaining that there's no movement. But then you're going to feel silly when you come back in contact and they confirm the underlying assumptions you've had about your relationship, about them the entire time. The entire time. Now you feel silly. Because then you're like, wow, I spent all this fucking time worrying, wondering what they were thinking when I didn't have to do any of that. Things were playing out the entire time. The entire time. Okay, I was confirmed that the wedge between my boyfriend and gutter trash, that was confirmed after we were in contact again, because I already had certain inner conversations that I was unaware of that were playing out, that I just knew. Okay. And so because of that, it's like, wow, okay, now he's confirming. What's up, soul? Now he's confirming. And so you don't need to wait. You don't need to say, that's all you're doing is waiting. Waiting, like you're at the fucking DMV. You know, I have to go to the DMV. There's two companies I should go to business, the DMV and the IRS. I'm just saying. I don't want to go, but I have to. But that's what it's like. It's daunting, right? It's not something you want to do because you're sitting there waiting versus going about your day knowing and keeping your thoughts in check. When you keep your thoughts in check, then nothing else fucking matters. Then nothing else matters. I don't know if they have a building. All I know is you can't talk to a damn person from any of those places. It's quicker to go down there and stand in the line than it is to get somebody on the fucking phone. So that's what you have to remember, okay? I don't drop the no movement out of your fucking mouth. No more. We're not talking about that, okay? Instead, you need to tell yourself the opposite, because remember, whatever you're assuming is pushing out. So if you're assuming that there's no movement, then guess what? There's not going to be movement. Okay, but what would happen if you told yourself every day that there's movement? Then there's going to be movement. You're going to start seeing it. Okay, but I'm telling you, I can sit there right now and open up 10 texts, and it's like, no movement, no movement, no movement, no movement, no movement. I'm like, shut the fuck up with the no movement shit. And stay the course. Stay the course. Okay? Stay the course. Because you may not see no movement. Yeah, I do, Elsie, want to know, but just don't say no movement. Find another fucking word. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll find another word for you guys, and that could be the code word. That could be the code word. Yeah, we'll speak in code from now on. Yeah, it'll be like, like some acronym will stand for that, but we're not going to acknowledge no movement because that's fucking dumb. It's dumb. Today I put an old story in my highlights in my spam profile on Insta, and he liked it. I'm sure. That's what you have to understand. You guys may not physically see movement, okay? But do you know how many people online have dummy accounts? You'd be surprised how many people have fake profiles, okay? So they use those to spy on people. Why else would you have a fake profile? Let's be frank. Okay? Because you want to look at people without knowing that you're looking at them. Okay? On top of that, like I said, if you're blocked, they could unblock you at any fucking time and look at all your shit and block you again. Just so you don't know that they're creeping on your profiles. But you guys are assuming there's no movement. For all you know, there's movement every fucking day. So you should be telling yourself that. You should be telling, I don't know why the link isn't working. Okay, yeah, send me texties because I don't know why the link isn't working for you guys to actually schedule the call. That's weird. But because somebody else said that too. And so I will go ahead and send the links to you guys. Okay, but that's what you need to understand. You need to understand this. And I need you guys to understand that things are playing on behind the scenes that you're unaware of. It's kind of like you going to a job interview and then leaving the job interview and being like, I didn't get the job. They didn't tell me I got the job on the spot, so I must not have gotten the job. When they're literally could be sitting behind the scenes in their office discussing you at that very moment and looking at your resume again and thinking about hiring you. But no, instead, you'd rather sabotage yourself by saying, I don't think I got the job. Oh, I forgot to turn on my light. That's why I feel like it's so dark in here. Hold on. Pause, please. Oh, yeah. It still looks the same. I'm so ridiculous. Okay, so that's what I need you guys to know, because the defining point always is what you tell yourself. It's really all it is it's what you tell yourself. We're here to learn how to do different things to speed it along, right? Or to bring it into our awareness. But everything is just a reflection of your inner conversations of what you're telling yourself. So what would happen if you told yourself that every day you see movement? Like literally, I know that my manifestation is playing out perfectly behind the scenes. Like that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Because like I said, things were happening for 7 months behind the scenes and I had no idea. I had no idea until we were back in contact. So don't worry about it, right? When somebody just got in contact with her SP 2 days ago, what do you think the first thing you said is, I miss you? Yeah, okay. Well, you do understand in order for them to fucking contact you, they have to think about you, right? They have to think about you. And they think about you often. So where you guys are living in this false delusion of yours, thinking that they're not thinking about you, that they've just moved on with their damn life, and that they've just X'd you out of it, and you mean not a damn thing to them, you're dead wrong. You're dead wrong. So why don't you start tooting your own horn again? Toot, 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 toot. And be like, no, who would not think about me? Honestly, who would not think about me? Every time I think about them, they think about me, right? These are all things that you can just tell yourself because that becomes true for you. Or, oh, my nail's falling off. It hurts. Or you can continue to tell yourself the shit that you don't want. And then I'll sit back and wait and you let me know when it changes. It's not. Let me just answer that for you. It's not going to change because you guys are all up in your shit. You're all up in your shit. Like, I don't see. I haven't heard from them. We're in no contact. That's all you're telling yourself. Okay. And if they're hearing your thoughts, okay, let's just think logically speaking. If they're hearing your thoughts and you're telling yourself they're not talking to me, like I still haven't heard from them, like I wonder what they're doing, do they even care about me anymore? Like, have they moved on? Are they talking to somebody else? Why haven't they reached out to me yet? Then they literally can't. They cannot at all. Like somebody said in our WhatsApp group, this morning, somebody said that they didn't quite understand how thought transmission worked, or I'm sorry, they did not understand something like that until I told them that you have to go back to the version of your SP that did all the things you wanted them to do. And also you go back to the version of yourself that never questioned any of that shit. Yeah, maybe if you did that, thanks, Just Nikki. Maybe if you did that, then you'd get the results that you're wanting. But just be, just do, just know, and then just be. That's all you have to do is decide this is working. This is absolutely working. This is like a foolproof method. It has no choice but to work because it worked flawlessly for my breakup. No question at all. I didn't question that shit at all then, did I? No, what was I doing at the time of my breakup? What was I doing throughout my entire relationship? Just being in my thoughts, not controlling them, letting them run wild. And then look what the fuck happened. So if I can do that naturally and not try to do that at all, then what do I need to do to do the opposite? I don't need to try. I just need to do. Just like I was doing before. The only thing you're doing now is becoming aware. So instead of just letting your thoughts run on autopilot and your inner conversations run on autopilot all day long, now you're becoming aware of them. You're actually paying attention to your thoughts. You're paying attention to the words coming out of your mouth. You're paying attention to the inner conversations that you're having and then changing them and controlling them. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing differently. It's not a lot of work. But like I said, you weren't walking around having negative thoughts about your relationship and bitching about your SP and then being like, where's it at? Is the breakup coming today? Let me go check the 3D. Is he still being an asshole? Let me go check the 3D. You didn't do any of that. You weren't checking for shit then. Because if you saw the breakup coming, you might have at least try to do something differently. But oftentimes we don't see it coming. But now when you go replay it, yeah, you saw it coming. But not at the time, not when we were in our current situation. You didn't see none of that shit coming. Because if you did, you probably would have been petty and beat him to the punch. What was it, Soul? Hey, Jasmine sister. He told me, I think, okay, where I am at with everything, 10-day no contact. And in my mind, I'm like, really now? Yeah, Lisa with the butterfly, 10 days of no contact. Do not accept 10 days no contact. Don't accept it. I'd be like, excuse me? That man cannot stop talking to me. He cannot stop talking to me. And know that in those 10 days, that's all he's thinking about. But he'll contact you well before 10 days. In fact, he'll contact you in the next 24 hours. That's when he's going to be contacting you back. Within the next 24 hours. That's right, Josie, because they are. So many of them. I know Patriot Vibes. Apparently, when they're clicking like the book a coaching call, I think it's the 30-minute one, but when they're booking a coaching call, they're saying it's not taking them to the calendar link. So somebody's in my system right now complaining about it. 8 days, girlfriend. Okay, Steph, you sent me a text. Got it. Okay. So that's what I really want you guys to understand. You are in control of everything. You're in control of your money situation. You're in control of your career. You're in control of how much money you make in your career. You're in control of freaking these how your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife thinks about you, whether they want to be with you, what they're thinking about. You're in control of everything. You're in control of everything. See, but the problem is most people don't know that and then they settle. They settle. I can't tell you how many people I've heard in a corporate career and I said, well, why don't you tell yourself that they're giving you a raise? They said, no, my income's capped. My income's capped. Says who? Says who? Told you guys, my brother hadn't gotten a raise in 4 years that he worked there. He was ready to quit. He's like, I'm quitting. There's no growth here. I haven't gotten a raise in 4 years. I said, have you even asked for a raise? He's like, no. I was like, well, why don't you go ask for a raise? And he's like, well, what do I say? So I like guided him in what to say. And he calls me at his lunch. He's like, see, I'm quitting. He told me no. I said, okay. I said, who gives a fuck what he said? And this is well before I knew about all of this. Is I said, who gives a shit what he said? He said, go in that office because I know subconscious mind. That's all I had. That's my background. And so I told him, I said, go into that office and every day you pull into your company in that parking lot, I want you to look at that job and be like, you're giving me a raise. Yeah, you're giving me a raise. He's like, whatever, fine, I'll do it. He had no resistance because he was just told no to his face. And so he did it. And what do you think happened? 48 hours later, raise after his boss just told his ass to his face no. So then my brother's like, oh, shit, okay. And I was like, they were like, okay. And so then I was like, wait, what? Hold on a sec, guys. So then all of a sudden, I'm sorry, I'm distracted by something. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why people keep calling me while I'm on my freaking thing. Oh, signs from the universe, go back to work. Don't you have a fucking job? Don't you have a job? Okay. Any hoot nanner. Wow. Didn't that come full circle, guys? Didn't that come full circle? Anyway, how embarrassing for her. How embarrassing for her. Because apparently, former gutter trash in my life just entered my live. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, hold on a second. And thank you, Flashy. Thanks, bitch. Because I was talking. And I do answer my messages though, and that has nothing to do with the success rate because I am still manifesting for you, even if I don't talk to you every waking second of every day. How on earth can I do that every waking second of every day? Okay, so there's that. Well, that was so fucking fascinating. Yeah, thanks, girl. Wow, that was fascinating. She's been in here the past couple days. She's been in here the past couple days because I recognize the name. Pathetic. Anyway, do you know when you started affirming against gutter trash? How long until it happened? Like SP can't stand her. Jasmine, it happened within, let's see here. Okay, so it was playing out behind the scenes. That's what I found out. It was playing out behind the scenes when I was not affirming her away, only because I had certain assumptions of her. Okay. Which clearly she validated. Anyway, I had certain assumptions of her. And so then when I started actively affirming, it was 4 weeks. It was 4 weeks until it was removed permanently. Okay. But everything started happening within like maybe 7 days. Things were like really, really playing out over and over and over again. Yeah. Over and over and over again. Did my SP tell me when we started talking that yes, he did. He was confirming everything that I like, literally everything that I was affirming, he confirmed. Almost parroted back to me exactly what I was saying. Exactly what I was saying. Do I believe, Sabrina, do I believe signs like butterfly or numbers are signs that your manifestation is coming? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Um, I believe that everything is a sign. Okay. This is where we leverage the law. Okay. We leverage the law because everything is a fucking sign. Everything is a sign. So when you have, cause there's no evidence, if you will, to show that angel numbers and butterflies and eagles and shit are signs of anything. Who the hell decided any of that shit? People, right? I mean, butterflies are beautiful. Yeah, for sure. But people are the ones that decided that. And so, because of that, thanks, Storm. So, and MKD girlfriend. So, because of that, there was, I decided to make everything a sign. I decided to make everything a sign where I was literally like when I saw a butterfly, it was because he was thinking about me. When I saw two butterflies, yeah, that means we're getting back together, right? Like, yeah, it's here. We're here. Okay. We have these, I think they're falcons, pretty sure. When same thing, when I would see one, cool. Everything was a fucking sign. Two, yes. For me, it would be like for you, it should be like everything's a sign. Birds are a sign. Like, butterflies are a sign because I love butterflies. You know, flowers, roses can be a sign. Anything can be a sign. So that's where you leverage the law because you start to get excited about it. You start to say, okay, I see signs everywhere. That means that my manifestation is coming. It puts you in a state of it's here, like it's arriving. And when it puts you in a state that it's here and that it's arriving, then it's here, it's arriving. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that comes from. That's where that comes from. So, if you do that, it's called birds before land, Neville Goddard calls it. But if you do that and you create everything to be a sign, it gets you excited. And when you shift into the state that your manifestation is here, it starts to show up. It starts to show up. So everything should be a sign. You see his initial sign. You see freaking a leaf. It's a goddamn fucking sign. I'm dead serious. Like everything, everything's a sign. Everything's a sign. Every time you see his car, it doesn't have to be the color, but it's the make of his car, right? Or like people be like, every time I see a white truck, you know, that's a sign because that's their honey's car. You know, anytime you see their car, that was a sign. That was a sign. I started saying, because what happens is when you attach a meaning to a sign, right? When you attach an object to a meaning, you're activating your reticular activator system. Okay. So it's like you can go around and never see this stuff at all. And then be like, I haven't seen a red car in a while. And when you do that, it activates your RAS system, your reticular activator system, and it starts scanning your surroundings, looking for evidence to prove you right. So now all of a sudden, instead of not seeing red cars for a while, now all of a sudden you see a lot of them. You know, when you assign the meaning of saying every time I see my SP's kind of car, that means he's on his way over to my house. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to start seeing your SP's car everywhere, like the model all the time. Same with butterflies. You're going to start seeing an increase in butterflies because you have attached a meaning to that. And that's what that's about. So it's like, okay, well, then how do we leverage that? If you guys are looking for movement, then you need to start assigning movement because your RAS system gets activated automatically because it must prove you right. It's constantly scanning your surroundings, looking for what it is that you're looking for. Okay, what it is that you're wanting to see. And then it just starts scanning, and all of a sudden it brings everything to your conscious awareness, because subconsciously you've been seeing this stuff, just not consciously aware of it. But now when you activate that system, now you're consciously aware of it. It starts showing up over and over and over again. Okay, that's how that works. So make everything, what did we learn? Everything's a sign. Every fucking thing's a sign. Flash, I should have asked you to take that picture of that fucking name. Let's see here. Hold on a sec, guys. I just go past. Hey, Brady bestie. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Lisa, that's because obviously you part of you a part of you is doing this is what's happening with you, Lisa, with butterfly, is a part of you is you're choosing different descriptions of them. Okay. So like he disappears for 10 days, right? And then pops back up. Or he just comes and goes whenever he feels like it. That's because a part of you is still seeing him as, for lack of better terms, an avoidant, right? Unsure of what he wants out of the relationship, which is why he's consistently asking you. Okay, I have another client that dealt with the same thing, as they kept asking them. And if they keep asking you, well, what are your thoughts? What do you feel? You know, all that stuff. That's feedback, because the reason they're doing that is because they're not sure, because you're not sure. So that's where they're like, I'm pretty sure I know where I stand. Obviously not, or you would have pulled that trigger. Okay, because it's not their thoughts, it's yours that are being pushed out to you. So you have to go and turn that around and say, okay, so somewhere I'm not sure of where this relationship is. I'm not sure of this relationship and where it's headed. So therefore, he's not sure what he wants. So when I get clear on where I want this relationship to be, then he's going to get the clarity too. When I get clear on how I expect him to show up and what kind of boyfriend he is for me, he's going to start conforming with that, and he's going to start treating me differently and start acting that way as well. And then you'll start to notice a turnaround, because you are now focusing on knowing the outcome, knowing for sure the outcome of this. And that's how you have to do it. And then you'll get more consistency instead of this man popping in and out and continuously asking what you want to do. Is it movement that I saw a message that I'll have a reunion with my SP and out of nowhere appeared? Yeah, Petra. Yes, Petra. You guys see, here's the thing too. When it comes to movement, a lot of you guys are seeing movement, but not assigning movement as that meaning. You're brushing it off. Okay. You're brushing it off. You're justifying it. You're downplaying it, instead of saying, oh, that's fucking movement. Like, I'm getting movement. So that's movement. And so I got to keep going, doing more of that shit. Go do more of that, because obviously I'm getting the movement. Hey, Roberta. Man, can I find when I do that? Oh, Cammie. I know you're sad you missed them already. Cammie just got back from seeing her SP. Just so you know. Yeah, did you guys see? Come on, you guys had to find that hilarious, right? Did you guys find that hilarious? Too bad Danielle. I don't think Danielle's on here right now, because I was like, Danielle. That's her dummy account. I was like, man, because Danielle has the same problem. And I was like, I mean, I guess if you have nothing else to do, if I can go to work, get a job, do something, get about my lives. I mean, come on. We have to laugh. We have to laugh about it, because, like, we have to laugh about it because this is real life. right? Like this is fucking real life shit, guys. It's like you have to laugh because you're just like, damn. This is what we do. This is what we do. If you were the obsessed one, why would he stay with you? Asking questions. Oh man. Thanks, Cece. I'm trying to wear some new colors, throw you guys off with some colors. How often did you affirm for her to be honest so quickly? I don't know what you mean by that. Thanks, Terry girlfriend. Ooh, he's coming to see you in August. I'm loving this for you guys. I'm loving this for you. August is gonna be here before you know it. Or maybe he won't be able to resist and we'll have to come sooner. I thought when you remove people and block people, you can still see that you blocked them. Maybe not. Who knows? But Nina, that's definitely a sign because who the heck says that? Bandmates' names. Thanks, girl. I washed my hair today. You know what I'm saying? I felt like $1 million. I don't know Robert M. Williams is. I try not to do too much, research because we all know how that goes. Right? When you do too much research, then you're just left confused, right? Then you're just left confused and you're not knowing what's right and what's wrong. So instead, all you have to do, this is why we come on here. This is why we talk about what we talk about, why we're real and honest. We don't need to make some shit up because all you have to do is look back and say, well, how did everything become everything? So if I want something different, do I have to do something different? No, I just need to know how did I create everything to be everything? Now I'm just going to do the opposite. Same thing, right? It's like having a favorite meal at a restaurant and just being like, I can't get it but at that restaurant. But what if I want it on a Wednesday and I don't feel like going there? Then you learn how to make it, right? You're like, well, how do they make it? It's obviously not some top secret ingredients that don't exist at a fucking grocery store, right? So instead, you're just like, have you ever seen that's like Gordon Ramsay on Hell's Kitchen, which I love that fucking show. But let's be honest, I only like the first part. When they get to the black jackets, I'm all done. Just let me know who won. Because I only like when he yells at people. It's like Bar Rescue and all those. I'm like, let me just watch the first half of the episode. Anyway, I digress. But it's kind of like him where he will make a dish and he'll have everybody taste it and recreate it, right? It's the same fucking thing when it comes to SPs. It's just saying, okay, obviously the version of me and SP were different from the beginning and the end. So I just have to go revert back and see what caused the breakup. So if I can see what led to the breakup, well, then I just got to do the opposite to create the makeup. That's it. Can I talk about the delay in the 3D? Sure. So there's a delay in the 3D for your protection. Okay. Because if in hindsight, if every one of our thoughts manifested instantly, we'd be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? We would seriously be in trouble. The world would be if every thought you had just pushed out. So instead, there's a delay. So there's a delay for you to fix it and get it right. So the only reason why the negative stuff pushes out is because you didn't fix it. So that's why there's a lot of people that will say that you don't have to flip your thoughts. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Because I have had so many things push out within 24 to 48 hours because I didn't think about it again. Okay. But that's why, because that's where you leverage the delay. Okay. So that's where I say everything is about leveraging. So we say, okay, there's a delay and it's not a long delay. It's not a long delay. The delay could be today, or it could be 5 hours from now. It could be 24 hours from now. In my experience, the delay's typically been 24 hours, or the next day, should we say. And so when you do that and you say, okay, well, how can I leverage this? Okay, cool. If my SP and me are talking and we get in a little argument or he pisses me off, I don't need to talk to him. Okay. Because there's a delay in yourself, not in conversations you're having. Okay. But you can flip it after you're done. But instead of verbalizing to your SP, which I don't understand what part of that is unclear. We do not verbalize, we internalize. I don't know what part of that is unclear. Okay. But what happens is when you do that, you are, what's it called? Oh, when you do that, you're showing, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so like you get an argument with your SP, right? Or a disagreement because you shouldn't be getting an argument. Or SP says something that you don't like. Or he does something you don't like. So instead of calling him out on it, instead of verbalizing it, because that never works, it's called forcing the 3D. It never works in your favor. No one argues and hugs and makes up and is like, oh my God, I totally understand where you came from. No, now all of a sudden you're like, fuck him. And you guys go to bed angry. Nothing happened. Nothing gets good out of it. So why even waste your breath or the energy? Instead, you could be like, you know what? I'm just going to go get some fresh air. Then bring a little happy ass outside to the bathroom. I don't give a shit where. And cuss their ass out. Say whatever you got to say. Then pick yourself up, leverage the delay and say, he's so amazing. God, he is so sweet. Like, he is always talking so sweet to me. Why is he so fucking amazing and so sweet all the time to me? There's no damage done. But the reason why there's damage done is because you cuss them out verbally and then you bitch about them up. And then when you're done saying what you have to say to SP here, then you continue the shit here and then you go to bed. Or then you go about your day. So you're pissed off and now you're cooking dinner all out of anger. Like, the most annoying shit in the world is when somebody's mad. Why do they slam doors? Slam cupboards, right? Slam all the things. Like, what the fuck did the door do to you? But all of a sudden, you're pissed off and you're bitching about them in your mind. And then you just go about your day. Then it pushes out. Or you have a negative thought. You don't think about it again, go about your day, and then it pushes out too. So that's where we have to leverage the delay in the 3D and say, no, there's a delay for our safety for me to get the shit right. So that's why I said there's no way you guys can screw up. So you had a moment. Pick your fucking self up and move forward. So what? I don't care if you spiraled for 2 minutes. It really shouldn't be beyond that. Let's be honest. But I don't care if you guys spiraled for a couple minutes. When you're done crying about it, then pick yourself up and flip that shit and change the inner conversations. There's no harm, no foul. But you guys don't do that. You'll spiral, have negative thought after negative thought, and then just keep it pushing. Like it's just another fucking day. Can't do that. Yeah, Storm, success and movement my clients are getting, it depends. It's from across the board. Okay. It's across the board. People are getting back into contact with their SPs very quickly. They're going out on dates with their SPs. Their SPs are spending the night with them. They're getting back to a lot of them are back together with their SPs. There's a lot. It's an entire spectrum. It's like from contact to full blown in a relationship again. Right. So there's a huge spectrum of things, of people's success, but there's a crap ton in the WhatsApp group that you can see. I'm going to start posting more, success, posts so you guys can see them yourselves if you're not in the WhatsApp group. How do you act when he's back? Good question, Daisy. Differently than you did before. Okay. But in all seriousness, so when they come back, you need to act like there's no need to talk about the past. If they want to talk about it, you can just say, I know where I went wrong. Can we move forward or whatever, right? Or say your piece, but there's no need to hash it out. Because you have to understand when they come back, you may very well get hot and cold behavior at first. Bits and pieces of old version, bits and pieces of new version. So it's easy to persist in perfect boyfriend when that's how they show up. But when they don't, then you're bitching about them all over again. Then you go to no contact again. And so instead, you persist forward. So when they come back, you need to continue with your inner conversations and continue and make sure that your thoughts are in check and you're not questioning, because you cannot drop your affirmations until you cannot drop your affirmations until you just know that this is a thing now. Till you just know this is a thing now. Okay? And so when that happens, great. Now you can drop your affirmation and move on to the next. Okay, that's how that works. But when they're back, this is your test. You're like, look at it this way. When they come back, your number one objective is, one, to remind them of the perfect girlfriend or perfect boyfriend, husband, and wife that you are, why they are with you in the first place. That should be the first thing that you do. Second of all, you do exactly what you've been doing now. Learn how to not react. I don't need to react verbally. I don't need to verbalize shit to you. I'll do it internally. Thank you very much. And I will continue to select the version of you that I want, that I love, that I care about. And I will continue to be the best version of myself as well, because that's what escalated your relationship in the beginning, was both of those. And then my number one objective is to control my thoughts, but to break patterns. You have to break the patterns. So because you have history with this person, okay, you have history with this person, so you can't run your relationship the same way you ran it the last time. So, but what's going to happen is that a lot of times we revert back to history when things look like it's going to happen again, right? This is where that saying history repeats itself comes from. It only repeats itself because they start to do something and you remember the last time they did that. And now you're letting the pattern repeat. Instead, so it's like they come back, you're talking all the time, right? You go to talking every single day, to all of a sudden you don't hear from them for a day. You cannot revert back to the old pattern of, oh, here he goes. He's ghosting me again. He's not talking to me. Something's wrong. I wonder how he's feeling. Like, why hasn't he talked to me today? Oh God, he's ghosting me again. You can't do that. Instead, you don't hear from him. Let's say he texts you every morning when you wake up. All of a sudden you wake up, no good morning text. Instead, you're like, nope, he's the perfect boyfriend. He's literally the perfect boyfriend. He's going to actually text me right now. He texts me every day. It's totally fine. That's your chance to break the pattern so that history doesn't repeat itself. Because it will repeat itself. Like I said, that's where that saying comes from, because you're allowing it to repeat itself only because you're doing things the exact same way you did them before and before and before. So if they had gutter trash, right? If they had gutter trash and now you guys get back together, and all of a sudden they're like, I'm going to go out with my friends. You see them talking on their phone, things like that. You can't revert back and be like, I wonder if he's still talking to gutter trash. Is he still talking to gutter trash? Like, no. Instead, what you do is you use the tools that you have at your disposal and that you know now. What up, baby girlfriend? And you use the tools at your disposal now and say, no, he fucking hates her. She's gone away. He hates her. She's gone away. He literally hates her. She's gone away. Right? To keep her at bay, to keep her away, and to have your inner conversations that no, he's absolutely in love with you and only you. Right? So it's breaking those those are the two most common patterns I see. And you're going to have to break them. Just like when he says something you don't like or does something you don't like. This is your chance to break the pattern of reacting, of verbalizing and reacting and bitching about him in your mind. Instead, you're just like, no, let me go vent about this motherfucker for a quick second. And then when I'm all fucking done, okay, we're back, right? Everything is great. We're great. Okay. And now you've broken the pattern. Instead of telling him, like you did before, what was on your fucking mind. And instead of calling your entire fucking friends and family and bitching about them, because you guys do know that is exactly why your friends and families don't like your SBs. Okay, coworkers, friends, families, they don't like your SPs because of you. I hate these dumb things. But hey, you're mine. They actually like don't. They actually don't like. They don't like your SPs because of you. That's only right. Because, like I said before, you guys don't call your friends and family up on a Monday and you're like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that me and Robert, yeah, we're doing great today. Okay. I just want to let you know everything is good over here. All right, bye. You don't do that. The only time they hear about your SP is when you're like, look, bitch, let me tell you what this fucking guy did. Like, you won't believe what he said to me. And then they were there for you during the breakup, right? And saw the how emotionally distraught you were. That's why they don't like your SPs. So this time, we're going to make shh. I learned that a long time ago when it came to my mom. I was like, I ain't telling her shit because she doesn't like any of my boyfriends because that's all they hear. That's all they hear is the shit you talk. Okay, how do you manifest a person back? You manifest a person back by one, understanding what led to the breakup. Okay, because if you understand what led to the breakup, ooh, Flash, you got to hear your hubby's sexy voice. Okay, let's go down memory lane. I love you, Ted. Storm. Funny story about that. Yes. Long story short, yes. Have I manifested somebody back from being blocked? So yes, but funny story about that one is I actually had another person who asked me to manifest her SP for her. And I always say I'll bring them to your door, right? Well, she actually confirmed it here. She goes, you're not gonna believe this. He showed up at our house 2 days later. And guess what she still was? Blocked. So she was still blocked, and he was like, I thought that shit was hilarious. Yeah, Flash, you got my back. Because you guys know sometimes these comments will go way down and I don't see them. And and so you guys got my back. I had no idea that she reared her little fucking head in here. That was the first. That was the first. Man. Sarah Anna. Who manifested I fall through my garden chair flat on my ass? That's actually happened to me. That's happened to me. I get it. And yeah, it's funny because I always laugh because I never, 3D is your current reality, Katie. It's your current reality. So it's what you're currently living in here, your space. Okay. What's funny is no one needed to come on here. No one needed to come on here and fact check me. You guys know I was at the pool every day. I don't make that a mystery. Did I? No. At the pool every day. There's a difference. Okay, how do I stop? I might not be able to put this one on my freaking YouTube. Actually, I will. How do I stop reacting to the 3D? E.g., we work together. So I see him like every day. Okay. So here's where you leverage, okay, Gia. You should leverage the fact that you see your SP every day, okay? Like, let's say you do. I have a couple clients that they are coworkers. They do work with their SPs or live very close to their SPs. So if you have to see them every day, How do you leverage that? So instead of reacting, I leverage. So I would be looking good every day I went into work. I'd be looking my best. And on top of that, I would tell myself that every time that man sees me, he falls more in love with me. Like, he cannot stop staring at me. These should be your inner conversations. Like, he can't even control. He can't even focus at work because he can't stop staring at me. Like, he thinks about me all day long at work. Like, he's constantly looking at me. He goes out of his way every day to get my attention, to make sure that I see him. Yeah. So you flip it and you leverage the fact that you have to see him every day. Well, what do you want him to think? Because remember, you control his thoughts. So what is it that you want him to think when you see him? When he sees you? That's what I would do. Is be like, yes, leverage. It's all about leveraging. Also, can you explain what removes their free will in your reality? Yeah, okay. So I want you guys to look at it this way, because I think this is where people get it screwed up. Because, yeah, people say that no one has free will in your reality but you. But then it's like, let's define free will for a second. Okay, let's define free will for a second. Is when you're doing thought transmission, right? When you're doing thought transmission, your SP is hearing your thoughts, but not like he's hearing your voice, okay? It just becomes his thoughts, right? It becomes his thoughts. It's his idea. It's his decision. It's his thought. So if it helps you guys, look at it like you're not necessarily taking away someone's free will. What the fuck is free will? Free thinking, right? So if you're going to sit there and free choice, all of that stuff, right? So if you're going to sit there and decide yourself that they absolutely want to be with me. Like, they think about me all the time. Like, they do this, they do that. They're going to tell me this, they're going to tell me that. Like, that's you in your mind, that those thoughts are not passing off to him, but they're still his thoughts. You know what I'm saying? They're still his thoughts. So kind of like the same time when you have negative thoughts about somebody, or your SP, they're still his thoughts. So it's like you're not really taking away. So I should make a video about that. Is you're not necessarily taking away somebody's free will if it's their thoughts. You know what I'm saying? It would be different if you were doing some kind of voodoo fucking magic on their ass and then they were like, I think I love Jen. Like, they were in a trance. Then maybe you're taking away their free will. But when somebody has an idea to do something, when someone has a thought to give you the thing that you want, that's their decision. You know what I'm saying? It's their decision. You know what I mean? It's not like you're holding a weapon in a bank being like, give me all the money you got. Now, maybe you're taking away someone's free will that way, right? Because when you're taking away somebody's free will, you're forcing them to do something. Through thought transmission, you're not forcing them to do anything. They're doing it on their own. There's a huge difference. So look at it that way. Yeah, you know what? That's it. We're going to take a stance here. Let us be the only people in the entire manifestation community that are going to stand up and say, no, everyone has free will. We just got them along. But it's their choice. It's their decision. That's not taking away their free will. Now, because at the end of the day, you have to look at it this way. You're encouraging one way or another. So if you give them free will, like either way it goes, when you're not giving someone free will in your reality, you're just not learning how to control what they think about you, how they feel about you, and all of that stuff. You're letting them to decide that themselves, but they're not really deciding that themselves. They're only deciding that because of your thoughts about it. See what I'm saying? So it's like you're constantly selecting what they think and what they feel about you, if that made sense. I feel like it did make sense. It made total sense. I got it. Oh man. This live has already been mega interesting, guys. Mega interesting. And I'm so sorry. Although I don't think any of you bitches are sorry. Watching my personal life play out on my TikTok live. Oh man. Hello, is it possible while in the void to feel exhausted or very sleepy almost all the time? Lazar Laris. What the fuck is in the void? What the hell is that? I don't know what in the void is because I don't care to know what that is. You know, because that's the problem. This is the problem. Is they're like, oh, you're in this, you're in that, you're in this. Oh, burst of incidences, this, that, and the third. I'm like, who gives a shit about any of that? Let me just go get my shit. How about that? And I don't need 25,000 obstacles or need to know what every fucking thing is representing. Let me just go get that. Okay. So if you're exhausted or very sleepy almost all the time, the reason why that is because you're energetically drained. That's why that is. Okay. It's got nothing to do with being in the void. But if somebody knows what the fuck the void is, if you could let me know, that'd be great. But that's why you're exhausted. You're exhausted. One out of two things is you could be trying too hard. Okay. So sometimes if you're trying too hard, you'll feel exhausted because you're just trying too hard. Versus if you're very sleepy all the time, that's an energy thing. That's an energy thing where because everybody that you've ever came into contact with is connected to your energy. So because of that, this is why you're sleepy almost all the time. This is why you're sleepy almost all the time. Yeah. So here on here, we always do an energy cord cutting, but also on my TikTok, if you go, there's a video series where I'm wearing 3 red shirts. It's the first of the red shirts. If you were to click on that video and save that video, I walk you through the cord cutting as well. And so what I would suggest you do to give yourself more energy is start cutting the cords with people in your life. So you would start with SP and then you could start with those closest to you, like those closest to your circle. So it would be like your immediate family, children, things like that, and then branch out to the negative people in your life. So even if they're not in your life anymore, it doesn't matter. Even if you haven't talked to them in forever, it doesn't matter. If they were negative people, they're still attached to your energy. Every one of your ex-boyfriends and girlfriends are attached to your energy. Every person. So when I did the cord cutting, I went back and cut the energy cord with somebody, with an ex I hadn't talked to in 8 years. And he called me in 72 hours. Sadly, because my phone number hasn't changed in 22 years. T-Mobile likes to remind me of that every time I call their ass. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. You are mine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. For anybody who does join the WhatsApp community, in the general tab, you should introduce yourself so we can all welcome you and you become an identifiable face in there. And then give us like a little bit of backstory. What's your current situation with you and your SP so that we can help you, okay? How do you manifest? I think... Oh, Flashy, I have a lot of fun with my inner conversations because why not? Why not? Okay. How do you manifest? I manifest in steps. Okay. I will walk through it real quick, but I manifest in steps. Okay. So basically there's I think we decided 5 steps now to manifesting your SP back. Okay. The first step is that you must, the first step, they go in this order. Okay. The first step is how you see your SP. How do you see him? How would you describe him right now? And if it's not positive, that's why. So you go back to when everything in your relationship was perfect. How would you have described him? Write it down, go whole story mode. And that's now who your SP is. That's the only version of your SP you see. The one who naturally did all the things that you wanted him to do, told you all the things that you wanted him to tell you, because the one who you fell in love with, yeah, that version of your SP, that's what you want to do. And then the second thing you want to do is, go back to the version of who you were when you met your SP. Who were you? Because you're a very different person. You know, this is where self-concept, this is where self-love comes into play, okay? Because self-love and self-concept, Storm, the WhatsApp link is in my bio. But self-concept is where it's more, self-love embodies all of the above, if you will, like everything below. Okay. So you've got self-love, but if you work on self-love, you've got self-concept, self-respect, self-confidence, all of that stuff falls into play because you love yourself, which means you know who you are about yourself. And oftentimes through our relationship, what happens is, they got a trash appearance was crazy. It was totally crazy, actually. But anyway, what happens is when you first met your SP, right? This is typically what happens. When you first met your SP, you were living your life. Okay. You were living your life. You were not necessarily over the moon thrilled to be single, but you were fine with it, right? You were fine with it. You were living your life. You were taking care of yourself. You were self-sufficient, very much so. And you had a level of confidence about you, a level of security within yourself, okay? Because you were single. You weren't necessarily actively looking for somebody. Then all of a sudden, you met your SP. You didn't need to be in a relationship. You wanted to be in one. There was a difference, but the person that you were when you first started dating your SP is the person they were attracted to, okay? So what qualities did you possess? What qualities did you have out there? You need to go back to that version of yourself, the one that was desired, not the one that was chased, the one that was, wanting, or the one that he wanted to be with, the one that he fell in love with. All of that needs to be you. And then the third thing you do is you focus on what you want. You need to control your inner conversations. Oh, sorry. I skipped a step. You need to put yourself on the pedestal, okay? Where you're on that pedestal, your SP is not above you in your own house. Can you be in love with your SP? Yes. But you need to know, this is where the self-love aspect comes into play, where you need to know that you're the baddest bitch, that you're the prize. You're the prize, okay? Yes, I want to be with you, but I don't need to be with you. And I have options. So you're lucky I even want your ass. That needs to be like your attitude, your mentality. Okay. You obviously don't say that to them, but that's the demeanor you need to have, a confidence level about you. And then you need to control your inner conversations and this is where we affirm in steps. So if you're in no contact, we start by affirming contact, right? Contact with your SP plus a couple extra steps. So it would be something like, he's so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. That type of stuff. Okay. And then it was, And then you control your inner conversations. So instead of replaying all the shit he told you, you want to replay all the lovely things that they said. What did they say to you? How did they talk to you? If you could hear their voice, how did they when they told you how they felt about you, when they told you everything they loved about you, your relationship, all that shit, go back to that. Okay. And then the last step is you must persist no matter what, you must persist. No matter what you see, you keep going. We don't quit. We don't fold. We persist and we persist and we persist and we persist. That's how you get your SP to conform. And they do it quickly. Teleze. Okay, so how do you get rid of the belief that the only way to make money is to work or do things for money? is to work or do things for money. So you just tell yourself something different, because usually the reason why that happens is because you were programmed that way as a child. Okay, you were programmed that way as a child. And by source of influence, either you saw people arguing about money, they told you need to go get a job, you need to work hard for money, blah, 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 right? And so because of that, all you want to do is change that. So you can sit there and say, like, I get paid to exist. I literally get paid to exist. Okay, that will be true. That will become true for you. I get paid to exist. I'm like, money is so easy to make. Money is so easy to make. Okay, money just comes to me from everywhere. People love giving me their money. Money just comes to me from everywhere. Like, or you could say money just comes to me out of thin air. My bank account increases every single day. For every dollar I spend, I get $2 back, right? Any of those type of affirmations is something that you would want to affirm for. But the key is to also control your inner conversation. So when you go to pay your, let's say when you go to pay your bills and you open it up in the bank account, when the bank account is not reflecting what you wanted it to reflect, then you're like, and usually like, oh, fuck. Like, I really need to make money. I really need to make money. Like, it's like, damn, how am I going to pay my bills, right? You've got all of these things going off in the back end. And so because of that, it's creating that now you can't pay your bills. Okay. Versus if you were to change that, inner dialogue. So when you do go to pay your bills, I don't care if there's, or you go to open up your bank account, I don't care if there's $5 staring back at you. That's not what you see. That is not what you see. All you see is, damn, look at all that money in the bank. Look at all that money in the bank. I'm fucking rich. I got plenty of money. Look at all that money in the bank, because your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at. So thanks, baby girlfriend. I'm getting lots of compliments on my top today. Your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at. Okay. So it doesn't know if you're looking at $5 or if you're looking at $5 million. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, if I was to open up my bank, and you guys should all do this, because who the fuck doesn't want more money? You were to ask yourself, if I was to open up the bank account right now and I saw $1 million staring back at me, what kind of thoughts would you have? I don't think you'd be like, how am I going to pay my rent? You wouldn't be thinking that. Instead, you'd be like, damn, I got plenty of money. Yeah, I can buy whatever I want. Like, literally, I'm fucking rich. That's the thoughts that you need to have, because it's impossible to be broke and have rich thoughts. It's impossible to be rich and have broke thoughts. So you need to control your inner conversations about that too, because who in the fuck is trying to be in love and homeless? I understand that most of us would be homeless to be with the ones that we love, but that is not the ideal situation. It's about to be hot soon, and ain't nobody gonna be in humidity homeless because you all didn't focus on money too. No contact for 3 months. I just affirmed a lot. Let Jen scream at me. That's incentivizing for people. Oh, right. Now, let's see here. God, I didn't either, Jackie. You and I just became aware of that at the same fucking time. The same time. But I'm pretty sure they were engaging in my live yesterday too. Nicole, you're in contact with your SP for 2 weeks, and hold your questions, guys, because we're going to get into the techniques. I'm in contact with SP for 2 weeks, but he isn't saying the things I affirm. What do you do? Well, what you're going to do is persist in the version of your SP that you want, okay? They will say and do the things that you affirm if you're seeing the version of them that would talk to you that way, that would say those things, okay? Also, you can imagine a conversation in your mind. You can imagine a conversation in your mind where you hear them talking to you. okay? Where you hear him telling you the things that you want him to tell you. Because when you hear them telling you the things that you want them to tell you, then that's how that goes. That works in your favor. All of a sudden, he's pushing that out because it's thought transmission at the same time. I tested this out last week, okay? And they will start to tell you the things that they want you to say or you want them to say. So that's what I would do, is hear his voice, tell you those things that you're affirming, tell you the things that you want him to hear you say, and then see the version of him, only select the version of him that you want, not the one who, is not doing those things. Hey, Murray. Oh, I know you're spamming, Casper. Have I tried imagining you're in SP's body and then affirming things about yourself from his point of view? No, I have not. No. I mean, I guess you could do that. I guess you could do that. I mean, it wouldn't make a difference. I guess you could do that where you're in his body and you're staring at yourself saying those things. Test it out. Test it out. I personally don't do that because I think it'd be for me, it's a little creepy to float in his body and then talk to me. But who knows? Test it out. Come back and let us know, though. So tell us that if you can't do your ESL job anymore because you're so burnt out, but you need money, then start telling yourself that you just found the perfect job. Just say, I just got my dream job, or I just found the perfect job. I just found the perfect job, or I make X amount of money per month. I make X amount of money per month. And then you will find a job that pays you that. Okay. Or if you tell yourself you just found the perfect job, you'll find the perfect job for you. Okay. Okay, Dexley. Let's see here. Auntie, that's my point with a lot of people, okay? Is you have to understand, a lot of people pushing things on. Everybody's job is to create an assumption within you. Okay, so this is big in the business entrepreneurial space. Okay, if you're an entrepreneur, this is huge in the entrepreneur space because their job is to sell you a product. Okay, so because of that, they're gonna have you think you need viral hooks. You need to have their 5-step formula. You need to script your videos. You need to do this, that, and the third. Here's the traffic strategy. You need to do this traffic strategy. You need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do this. Because they're selling you the product, right? The only people talking about viral hooks are the ones selling you the viral hook framework. Okay. The only one telling you need a funnel is the one selling you a funnel. I mean, that's how that works. And so because of that, it's the same thing. Does law of attraction stuff work? I don't think so. I think it's one big waste of time. But can a video work for you for law of attraction? Sure. But you have to create the assumption that it does. Okay. Without the assumption that this is going to work for you, it's not. And unfortunately, that was because I was thinking about the other day. I was like, that's the only way I could imagine a law of attraction video working for you is one, you'd have to create the assumption that this video is going to work. And stick with one video. Like stick with one technique, one video. And only that one, because the problem is we end up doing 55 of them, which tells your subconscious mind that none of this shit is working. I need a new one. I need a new one. I need a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to come on here. I'm not going to come just for the sake of I'd rather make the same fucking video content over and over again for months than come on here and just make shit up so that you guys are stuck in technique after technique after technique after technique after technique. Yeah, unfortunately. I feel like I have to tell my boyfriend, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's already well aware at this current second, though. Sure, he's already aware at this current second. Which that's not my fault. That's not my fault. I'm over here minding my own business. Right? Right, guys? I'm over here minding my own business. Shauna, you can date and see other people while manifesting exclusivity with your from SP. Sure. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's nothing wrong with little ego boost or any of that type of stuff at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because sometimes what it does is it distracts you. On top of that, it keeps you on that pedestal, I personally did not, but it keeps you on that pedestal when you go and you because it's flattery, right? It's like, yeah, look at all these suitors I have. I've got like 500 people's in my DMs. Please, you will come correct, because I have 5,000 people that are dying to date me. That type of shit. Can I manifest others' thoughts who are hurting me if they aren't my SP? No, Katie, it can be whoever you want. It can be whoever you want. Welcome to the family, Storm. It could be whoever you want. Okay. So you don't have to, manifest, or it could be anybody, at all that you want to, change your assumptions of, right? The thought transmission doesn't only work with one person. Okay. It doesn't only work with one person. So you can literally go and do thought transmission to your mom, to your daughter, to all of these things. Okay. I'm doing that to my daughter right now. So you can do that. There's no big deal. There's no limit to who you're talking to. Yeah, you should go follow Holistic Pharmacist. She's great. What are my biggest epiphanies? My biggest epiphanies were, like, because I try to always go back. Like I said, I didn't manifest my SP back because I was like, I'm going to teach people how to do this shit. Like, that wasn't my motive. So if I go back, no offense, but does anyone else find it hilarious that someone referred to themselves as gutter trash? I'm sorry. I thought that shit was hilarious. I just think about it. Anyway, moving on. The biggest epiphanies I had was to focus on myself, to not overconsume and think I have to do this, or this isn't working. I've been doing this for 2 days. It isn't working. I didn't count the time at all. I literally was like, woke up, affirm. Go for a walk, affirm. Coaching calls, after coaching call, affirm. I would do things to distract myself, right? I would do all kinds of things to distract my mind, and I wouldn't check the 3D. There was nothing to check. And most of you guys know my story, so it was hard to avoid the 3D. Okay. It was very hard to avoid the 3D when it's one building away from me. So, if I would see something, I would assign whatever meaning I wanted to give it. I didn't overthink shit. Okay. Because I got good at assigning a meaning that I wanted. Because it's like, what good would it benefit you to assign the meaning that you don't want? Right? Like, why would you want to sit there? Like, let's say your SP lives with gutter trash. Why on earth would it benefit you to imagine how much fun they're having in the home together? How would that benefit you? It wouldn't. So instead, I'd rather make up some shit like, yeah, he sleeps alone. You know what I'm saying? Because that benefits you. Okay. You see them out together. Then you'd be like, yeah, they're going to Costco. Yeah. He just needs the card, or yeah, they're not having a good time. They're just not having a good time. I don't give a shit if you see them laughing their ass off, having a great time. You're like, he looks miserable. You know what I'm saying? So I would assign whatever meaning I wanted, and then I made it fun. This wasn't a job for me. I looked at it like, if I do this is literally the analogy I had. If I do this, then he's coming back. Then I'm going to get him back. Like, okay. So I was excited. This wasn't a job to me. I didn't cry through the experience. Nothing. I did in the beginning, of course. But when I pulled my big girl panties up and started affirming and doing that type of stuff and changing my inner conversations, I really, it wasn't a job. It wasn't stressful. I wasn't sad about it. I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't anxious about anything. I was excited because I was like, all I have to do is this. I know. Was there any proof of that? No. But I was the proof. I decided I was the technique. I was the proof. So I literally got excited about it. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. All I have to do is this, and I will get this. That's all I have to know. It's kind of like when you go to work. All I have to know is all I have to do is do my job, and I'll get a paycheck. That's all I know. And so that's all I did. If I do this, this is the result. That's all I need to know. So because of that, I didn't have resistance because I wasn't checking. I knew who I was. I knew who he was. Keyword is knew, okay? Knowing. I knew who I was. I knew who he was. So all I had to do was this, and that was it. I didn't overthink it. I didn't overthink it at all. I never thought, like, am I doing it right? The only thing I ever questioned, because no one ever said this, I was like, do you say their name? Do you say he? Do you say specific person? SP? Nobody ever says that shit. Nobody ever tells you if you're supposed to say their name. So I just said, oh, fuck it. We'll just say he. Oh, man. Kimmy, how often did I affirm for the gutter trash to be gone in 4 weeks? A lot. I did. But it's only because I didn't want my mind to go, to thinking about that situation, because it's real. Once you know about gutter trash, it's real, right? And so I didn't want my mind to go there. So because of that, what's it called? I went ahead and affirmed against it. And that was probably like, because my mind's weird like this, and there's no right or wrong, so please do not create this assumption, is I just thought in my mind it made more sense to be where I would start with, I'm a master at manifesting, or George is the easiest for me to manifest, right? Then I would say, I always get what I want and I get it when I want it. Right? Or, I always get what I want and it comes to me immediately. Right? That would be I would say those for a couple minutes. Then I would move on, 5 minutes. Then I would move on and I would affirm gutter trash away. Then the next one is I would affirm for me and SP. Why that went in that order? I don't know. It just made fucking sense to me. But there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. Okay, yeah. I'm going to stop answering the questions because you're right. See? That's why I love Patriot Vibes and MKD. They keep me in check, because if not, I'll just keep going. Graciela, that's because you just said he ran again. That's a pattern. That means he's done it. That implies he's done it more than once. Okay? That implies he's done it more than once. So you have to break the pattern. You have to break the pattern. Okay? So get contact again. Do what you did to get contact the first time after this happened. And then break the pattern. So stop thinking that he's going to run away again. And I don't care if he does something that alludes to the fact that he's going to run away again. He's only doing that because you're in your mind, you're flip-flopping. And so he does something and you revert back to the last time. And the last time that happened, and now he leaves again. And it's this whole fucking vicious cycle because you're not breaking the pattern, you're repeating the pattern. You're letting history repeat itself. All right. Thanks, Nicole, girlfriend. All right, so let's get busy. I want everybody to get a nice, comfy place. Josie, first of all, what are you talking about? You've written 3 kids' books and you have no access to of publishing them. How can I manifest that? Well, you can, it depends. You can self-publish on Amazon, bitch. That's what I do. I love Amazon because you don't have to do shit. So somebody in our success stories in WhatsApp just posted that he was like, what, #1 seller or some shit like that on Amazon? Yeah, for a book he published. I'm an Amazon bestseller. So you can self-publish on Amazon, or you can manifest and tell yourself like inner conversations that you just got a book deal. I literally just got the biggest book publishing deal ever. I totally just got the biggest book publishing deal ever. You can say that. But I would recommend that you, while you're saying that, you also take aligned action. It's like saying all my videos go viral, but then I don't make any videos. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to make any sense, okay? All right. So I want you guys to get nice and comfy, because it's not easy, only because, okay, want to hear something funny, Melly? No. My eyes are not big, actually. I'm half Japanese. In case you guys didn't know, fun fact about moi, I'm half Japanese. Thank God my dad is Japanese. And not my mom. So no, I actually don't have big eyes. I tried doing the whole color contact game when they first came out. But I worked in retail. This is decades ago. And I kept them in. I couldn't even see. I could not even see. Oh, I know. I never was taking it offensive, because I could not even see when I was doing retail, because it was so, my vision was so blurry, because I couldn't take them out, because it would take me like an hour to put the shit in. And then the eye person was like, that's because your eyes aren't big. Like, you have Asian eyes. I'm like, oh. So I've learned to make my eyes appear that they're bigger when they're not. So yeah. Kind of like when I make video content, I'm kind of convinced that only half my face moves, but that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. Only like one eyebrow moves. I think it's this one that moves more than this one. You're welcome. No, Sarah, my dad is like the whitest Japanese guy you'll ever meet in your life. He doesn't eat sushi, and he's full-blooded Japanese. He doesn't eat sushi. So the most Japanese my dad is rice and chicken and teriyaki chicken. That's about it. Oh, and he makes good shrimp tempura. That's it. I didn't even eat. I never even tried sushi. So I was like a grown-ass adult. But my grandparents, on the other hand, fun fact before we get into the technique, my grandparents, on the other hand, though, were they were the opposite. My dad was born here in LA. Well, not here, but in LA. My grandparents are from Japan. And so they were the opposite. They ate all that crap. And fun fact about my grandparents that migrated here, they migrated here before Pearl Harbor. And I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this, but after Pearl Harbor, they took all the Japanese people here, all the Japanese immigrants here in the States, and put them all in concentration camps. Did you know that? My grandparents, I only know because my grandparents were in one. They thought they were all undercover. And so my grandparents were actually in one, and they got paid $10,000 to act like that never happened. They were like, we're going to let you all out. Here's $10,000. We'll just pretend. Shh, just pretend. This never happened. It is sad. It is sad. I was like, it's just ignorance. Evelina, no. So cutting the energy cord with your SP is not cutting them out of your life. You're renewing the energy. You're cutting the energy. with them. So it's fresh energy. So this is why when I mean, hell, my ex from 8 years was out of my life. I never thought about him again. Like, he was out of my life. I hadn't talked to him for 8 years. And when I cut the cord, he called me within 72 hours. I had another person who cut the cord. She did it, I think, for a couple days. She cut the cord 20 minutes later. Her SP called her. Yeah. So this isn't something that you're cutting them out of your life, because last time I checked, I do this with my daughter all the time. And last time I checked, she is still here. So it's renewing the energy within your SP, within your family unit, because every time we argue, every time there's something like that going on, every time you argue with your SP, it's draining the energy over and over and over again. And there's nothing but negative energy. So it's kind of like walking around from the first time you ever met your SP to now, and you have never even changed your shirt. It's just the same shirt. It stinks. It's old. So instead, plus that's old history with SP that we don't want anymore. So instead, we cut that old energy with SP to create new energy, which is why, if you notice, you cut the cord from your third eye. I never ask you to tell your SP to cut the cord from their third eye. That's why. Okay? Because you're only cutting the cord from your third eye for your energy, but you're keeping the energy connection connected because you keep their cord intact. Okay? That's why they float away like a balloon, because their cord stays intact. Sanchi, please don't tell me that you cut her cord too. Well, that's okay. We're going to do it again. And now maybe I didn't explain that correctly. You're going to cut your cord from your third eye, which is literally what I say. But their cord stays intact. That's why, hence the balloon. What's on the bottom of a balloon? A string, bitch. Sanchi. You were like, oops. How can I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, okay? I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, okay? But that's why we keep the cord on their side attached, okay? Hey, Danny. All right. So, and don't worry, if you're not a huge visualizer, it's okay. It's okay. It's the whole thing that just go with it. I'm not a huge visualizer either. So therefore, a lot of these visualization techniques never worked for me. So instead, I would, okay. We're doing the cord cutting. Oh, I got it, sister. Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. All right. So I want you to just take a little breath. And remember, we did this the other day. You can always cut the cord with yourself. You're the younger version of yourself too. Okay. All right. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in and out. Now I want you to imagine that you're sitting in the middle of a big amphitheater. It's dark outside. You're alone. There's no one there. And in front of you, there's a big giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that runs from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. I want you to begin to stare into that stage light for just a moment. As you're staring into that stage light, you start to realize and get this feeling that you're not alone. In fact, you notice that out of the light, in the back of the stage, a dark, shadowy figure. And as you begin to shift your focus now to the shadowy figure, you start to notice that that person is your SP. I want you to call your SP, say their name, call them to the center of the stage and into the light. Do that now. And as your SP begins to walk into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features, and you also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. Now I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions. And I want you to hear them respond. Now, if you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot, that's okay too. Go ahead and look at your SP and ask them, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP in their eyes, and I want you to tell your SP, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if they're a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs directly from your third eye only. And as that cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you just to grab the roots of that gold cord, pull them out of your third eye, and just toss them aside. Now, as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller and farther and farther and smaller and smaller and farther and farther and smaller and smaller until they just disappear. Now I want you to take another deep breath in and out and open your eyes. All right. Now, I know you feel better. Good, Sanchi. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Well, good. We're going to use that. It can be like, yeah, it's because I just got rid of all the bad energy. Baby. Okay. All right. Now, I want you to, oh, hey, Sanchi. Oh, no, not Sanchi. Flashy, if you happen to remember what the comments were, can you tell me what they were in my text? Thank you. Okay, now, I want you to grab the photos of your SP out, okay? Now, we're going to do the photo method, okay? The photo method is designed to get you contact from your SP. Okay, it's simply by leveraging thought transmission, but making sure that the thought transmission is focused. Okay, it's focused on this specific person by looking at their photo. Okay, so it's like you're talking directly to this person, okay, your SP. Now, they do, because you just cut the cord now, they will think about you. They're probably already thinking about you now. And now it's time for us to get them to contact you. Because it's my intention that several of you get contact today from your SPs. The only way they can contact you okay, Laura. The only way they can contact you is by you giving them permission to do so. You have to give them permission to contact you. Okay? And you have to give them permission to contact you. Okay? And the only way you can give them permission to contact you is by expecting and seeing them as the version of your SP who would contact you. Okay? Who would contact you. So, we're going to go down memory lane for just one hot little sec. Okay? I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship. Go all the way back to the beginning of your relationship when everything was perfect. Go all the way back to the beginning. I want you to take a look at yourself. Who were you in the beginning of your relationship with your SP? When you first met your SP, who were you? What version of you were you? What confidence level did you have? What security, assurity within yourself did you have? I want you to go back and remember the confident, secure, independent, strong, badass that you were. The one who knew what she was worth or he was worth. The one who knew the value you brought. The one who was secure within themselves. Get in touch with that version of who you were right now. Because that is now the only version of you that exists. The one that had options. The one that didn't need a relationship, but would have wanted one. The one who was fine taking care of herself, who knew the value you brought, who knew that you were special. The one who wasn't chasing, pursuing. The one who was being chased, who was being pursued by your SP. That is now who you are, again. Put it on, step into that persona again like a bodysuit. Because that version of you is who your SP was attracted to, wanted to be with, wanted to talk to all the time. Couldn't wait to spend time with, wanted to be in a relationship. That version of you is who your SP fell in love with. And that is now who you are again. Because it's magnetic. It's what puts you on that pedestal. Just like you were originally. Now I want you to go forward in your relationship just a little bit to where everything in your relationship was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I want you to remember the version of your SP. Who were they for you? Who were they for you? What were their features? What were their qualities that they possessed? What made them perfect for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Remember that version of your SP only. The one who talked to you all the time. The one who would have dropped anything to come hang out with you. The one who felt like your second half. The one that you were connected to. The one that wanted to be with you, that would do anything to make you happy. The one that told you all of the things that you wanted to hear. The one that made you feel safe, secure in your relationship. The version of your SP that made you feel loved. Remember that version of your SP. And that is now who your SP is for you. Again, there is no other version of you or your SP that exists from now on, from today, moving forward. No other version exists except the confident badass that you are and the loving, loyal, committed man or SP for you. Your SP has been thinking about you ever since the breakup. Ever since, your SP has done nothing but think about you often. In fact, every time you think about your SP and they pop into your mind, that is because they are thinking about you. It's called thought transmission. Okay, so it goes both directions. It doesn't just go one. So every time you're thinking about them, they're thinking about you too. They have picked up that phone so many times. Numerous times they pick up that phone and they look at their gallery and they look at the pictures of you guys together. They're they're creeping on your social media, looking at your pictures, trying to see what you're doing. They've picked up that phone several times, writing text message after text message just to delete them because they're trying to find the right words to say to you, trying to talk to you, trying to find a way back into your life right now. All they've been waiting to do is send that text, call you, pick up the phone and call you. And the only way they can do that is by you seeing the version of your SP that you talk to all the time, that couldn't wait to talk to you, that you never questioned, you never thought against it at all. You just knew. Every day you woke up, you just knew you were going to hear from your SP today. That same knowing is what you need to know now. Is why wouldn't they? They cannot stop talking to you. I'm special. They think about me all day. All they can do is text me right now. I need you to start expecting something different from your SPs, because either way, you are expecting something. You're either expecting them to contact you or to block you. You're expecting them to want to be with you or to ghost you. You're expecting something from them. So right now, it's time to start expecting what you want instead of continuing to expect what you don't want. So right now, you're only expecting what you want from this person, because they're your perfect version right now. You just selected the perfect version of your SP. Okay? Okay. Now, if you are new here, I need you to put on your crown. If you are not new here, bro, I need you to straighten your crown. Haley, do I need to run through the list? Straighten your crowns. Kings and queens, when they give a command, they expect their command to be fulfilled. They expect it to be delivered. They expect it to be carried out. When queens and kings give an order, do they question, wonder, worry, doubt, check to see if it's going to be fulfilled? No, they don't. When kings and queens give commands, they don't have to. They just know, because they are the queen. They are the king. And what they say goes. You are the queen and you are the king of your reality, and what you say goes. So right now, I want you to channel your king and your queen energy. Do you understand? Do it now. Straighten that shit. Because here we get what we want, and we get it when we want it. And we don't settle for less. Now, I want you to pull out your SP's pictures. If you are in contact, if you're on no contact, or you're in contact, Ingrid, where the hell have you been, bitch? Sorry. If you're in contact or no contact, if you're in no contact or minimal contact, then you're going to look at your SP's photo. You're going to tell them to contact you. Now, you can say, if you're alone, say it with some backbone. Say it out loud, a little bit of authority. Okay. If you're not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a wacko. Okay. Now, I want you to, in your mind, you're going to look at their photo and you're going to tell them, you can say you're contacting, calling, texting, it doesn't matter. However they would naturally contact you is exactly how they're going to do it. My nose itches. Jesus. Okay. So you're going to say, you're contacting me right now. You're calling 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 me right now. Okay. Now, if you're in consistent contact with your SP, then you have options. You can sit there and say, you're texting me right now. Or you can say, you're coming to see me today. 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 Okay. Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, any of the ships, then you can say they're contacting you. They're coming. They're gonna text you today. They're texting you right now. Jesus. They're gonna come. You're coming to see me today, or you can have fun with it. You can say you're buying me flowers. You're bringing me coffee today. You're cooking me dinner. You're bringing me dinner. You are. Excuse me. You're giving me a massage tonight. You're running my bubble bath tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want. Okay. This is supposed to be fun. You have your crowns on. I want you right now to prove your power to yourself. Prove it to yourself now. Expect the best from your SPs. Right now, expect them to do exactly what you say to do. Because the minute you know that they're going to contact you, they will on the spot. So practice knowing that now. Tell yourself right now, I know that they're going to contact me. Now, I have to pause this live while I go to the ladies' room. But right now, you have your crown on. You're going to tell them what to do. And you're going to relax. No need to check. No need to question. No need to doubt, worry, or do any of that. Just be and just do. And just know that they're going to contact you. All right. Excuse me. We are back. Okay. So now you can relax. There's no need to check, nothing. just expect and just know that they're going to contact you. Why wouldn't they? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Take one hard look at yourself. Why wouldn't they contact you? You're freaking amazing. You're beautiful. You're special. You're the prize. You're handsome. You're everything they've ever wanted. You're their better half. Their life is not complete without you in it. They feel so strongly connected to you. They've never felt this connection with anybody in their entire life like they have with you. So you can just know right now. Okay? Just know. All right. Now, back. Okay? Because they do. They do. Your partner cares. They care about you. There's only, we have to ask yourself, there's only one reason why you have to know that there's only one reason why you think about them often. Okay? Thought transmission goes, think about everyone. You're always transferring thoughts to everybody in your life. Okay? So, and everyone shows up based on your assumptions of them. So if you're transferring thoughts to them, if you're transferring thoughts to them, then they're also transferring thoughts to you too. They're just subconsciously doing it without knowing that they're doing it. So when you pop into their mind, they pop into your mind because they're thinking about you, which is causing you to think about them. So you don't need to you don't need to question if they're thinking about you. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I think about a lot of you guys. And I know you're thinking about me. Okay? So you don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about it. Okay? Don't think that there's well, why am I thinking about them all the time? Why is this, that, and the third happening? Don't worry about it. Just be. That's your task. Okay? I told you guys, I want you guys to just focus on being in the knowing. Knowing. Just like you did back then. You didn't question. You didn't check. If my nose doesn't stop itching, I'm going to rip it off. Okay? Just know, just like you did back then, just like you did the whole time. You knew. You were just being, you weren't trying to do anything. Now, all you're simply doing is controlling it. That's it. That's it. There's no techniques that you're doing. There's no, I got to try so hard. No, you don't. Because when you stop trying and you just start being and doing and knowing, then the shift changes because you're not trying. The more you try, the more resistance you have. And the higher that resistance wall between you and your SP goes up, the lower the signal is between you and your SP because you're trying too hard. You don't have to try. Thought transmission is not something you try to do. Like, what does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was you I was talking about for karma earlier when somebody was talking about a book. There you go, Josie. See, look at that. Manifested. She manifested their book being #1 hot release in the UK and the US. There you go, Josie. She was just asking. Yeah, okay. Well, that's what I thought. Okay, so now they know. I know. Roberta, there was a couple of people I was talking to, and they had me dying because they literally had like this whole master plan. They're like, well, let me just tell you what my backup plan is. And their backup plan was hilarious. But we don't have backup plans. Okay? When they come back, the goal is to not bring them back into a movie of misery and break their ankles and chain them to the bed. So they can't go anywhere. You're like, you thought you were going somewhere again? I don't think so, bitch. I learned. You'll sit right here until you conform. You'll sit, what up, my secret friend? You'll sit right here until you conform. God damn it. You ain't going to damn place. You got to have fun. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to take the stress out of it, take the struggle out of it, take all that shit out. Just take it all out right now. And I just want you to practice and work on the knowing. Because when you select that version of yourself, go back to who you were and that version of your SP and select and only focus on the knowing and just being and make this fun. Just make it fun. Just make it fun. Do little things. Like, I love that our community was doing like little things just to prove their power at manifesting, right? Where they would just like manifest little shit. That's what makes it fun. The stuff that you have no resistance to. Okay. When you have no resistance to something, it shows up quickly because you didn't give it another thought. You didn't give it another option. You didn't care. Resistance to something, it shows up quickly because you didn't give it another thought. You didn't give it another option. You didn't care one way or another, whether it happened or not. That's the attitude you need to have. You need to have the attitude of, I know that we're getting back together. I know we're getting back together. That I know. I know exactly how he feels about me. I know exactly how they feel about me. And I know who the fuck I am. I know who I am. And that's all I need to know. So I'm just going to be and live in that knowing. I know that he's going to tell me exactly how he feels. He's going to contact me now. And I'm just going to know that. And I'm going to check my thoughts. I'm going to control my inner conversations throughout the day to make sure they're in alignment with what I want. And that's it. And that's it. He just posted about him starting coaching online. He just posted about him starting coaching online, and he did a specific course for women's training. Should I affirm against it? What exactly is his coaching business? But you can affirm against whatever you want. So if you're like, no, actually, he doesn't want to work with women at all. He only works with men. He literally only works with men. No women sign up for his program. Only men. Only men. You can literally do whatever you want. It depends on what his job is, like if he's a personal trainer or a fitness coach, then a lot of times they will do, there you go. There, yeah. Gosh, I'm psychic. I knew the industry you were referring to because that's usually why they'll have women's programs if you think about it. Okay. That's usually why they will have fitness programs for women because they're the ones that want them. I have a fitness coach client and he has a problem he has men clients, but they're a lot harder to get than women clients are, especially if your man is hot. And seeing as he has a coaching program, and I can see your picture, I'm assuming he's hot. Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them do programs. So it depends. It depends. It depends. I mean, it's an insecure, I would think it's somewhat of an insecurity within yourself if you think that like somehow him offering a women's program is like he's going to meet his next chick through his coaching program. You know what I'm saying? Like typically that's not how that works. He could honestly just be trying to make money and knows that women are an easier audience when it comes to the fitness space and doing like programs, courses. They're the ones that do that stuff. And so oftentimes that could be why he's honestly just trying to tap into the women marketplace. But you can affirm whatever you want if you want, but he's just trying to make money. So I wouldn't worry about it because you got to ask yourself this. You're hot. He's obviously hot. But the women going into his programs are needing help, right? So they're not up to your par, probably physical wise is what I'm talking about. And so I wouldn't worry about it. But if you want to affirm against it, girl, if you want to be petty about it, go for it. I'm never going to tell you not to be petty. Everyone knows I fully support the petty. I do not know why my freaking nose is itching so much. Oh, don't they say that if your nose is itching, it's because somebody's thinking about you? Is that what they said? Yes, Kyra. if you want to manifest an SP, like just like a new SP, you need to get clear on who it is that you want to manifest. What qualities do this person possess? You can even pick how he looks, okay? So you can be like, I want this person to look like this, I want him to have blonde hair, blue eyes, and I want him to treat me like this, and I want him to treat me like that, and I want him to treat me like this and that and this. Oh, someone's talking about me. Oh, well, go figure, isn't that? Yeah, isn't that ironic? But you get down to the qualities. Hey, Shay Bestie, you get down to the qualities of this person and how they treat you, and then what is it that you want out of a relationship? Like, what do you want in a perfect relationship? That's a lot of your guys' problems. I cannot tell you how many times I get on the phone and we got 15 minutes, bitches. Okay. Like when we're doing manifest for me, when you guys are having me manifest for you, I'll get you on the phone. I'll be like, describe your SP. Go. And you're like, oh, he's just incredible. And, oh, well, he's just like, yeah, everything is just great. And I said, describe incredible. Holy shit. Like, you guys don't know what it is about this person or the qualities this person has for you or who this person is for you or who you want them to be for you. You don't even know that. So how on earth can you expect Prince Charming to pop back up if you don't even know what that looks like? You have to know what that looks like for you. Okay. And there's no limits to this. There's no limits to this. You can change anything about your SP that you want. You could change this whole religion if you want to. It really doesn't matter. There's no limits to what you can change about anybody. Okay? There's no limits. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Kyra. You, exactly. Because see, that's where, I had to do that. I had to learn because I'm really good I love to do for people. Okay. I'm constantly doing for people and I love to give gifts. I love to take care of people. I love to help people when I can. Right. And with anything. But when it came time to somebody else doing that for me, it made me uncomfortable. It wasn't something I was used to. Which is why in my past relationships, I would end up pushing away or breaking up with I broke up with every one of my exes, but anyway, except for one. Yeah. But I would end up pushing away the good ones. And I would only pick the toxic ones. Like I would only be into the toxic ones. And it wasn't until I realized that was it because they did things for me that I loved and enjoyed, but I ran from it because it wasn't what I was familiar with. It wasn't something that I was, so I had to learn to embrace that part, right? Where it wasn't about buying me, the Louis Vuitton handbag and taking me on these lavish vacations. It would be the small things, right? It would be the small things. Like when my boyfriend would buy me flowers, or cook me dinner, or just I would come home and lunch would be made, or I had this last ex that would put, not my last, but the last one, would put Hershey Kisses in the shape of a heart before he went to work, right? Little shit like that is what I really loved. I was as fucking sad and pathetic as this is going to sound. I was 28, some shit like that. And I was older and I had had office jobs forever. But I had never, ever had flowers delivered to my job, ever. Never. And so my boyfriend at the time delivered flowers to my job. And then I freaked out because I know how much flower delivery costs because it shows you. And the flower shop was in the same fucking parking lot as my job. And I was like, did you pay for them to be delivered? Because do you know how much they charge? He goes, bitch. My last relationship was the first relationship I was ever in where, I mean, granted, he was crazy towards the end. He was crazy, but he was the only person that ever bought me my first Tiffany necklace. Granted, it was silver, and the jewelry I wear is not silver. It's gold, but that was okay. But it's little things like that. It's all those little things, right? Where they rub your feet. They do little things like that. That's the things that we love, right? That's the things that we love. And so when you get clear on that type of shit, that's what they do for you. That's what they do for you. But usually you guys will look at the surface level crap of your relationship instead of really getting into the things, the minute details of the things that made your SP special for you, right? Like some of you guys, it's so cute. Some of you guys have such cute things. Like you guys have a playlist on what Spotify that you guys shared, and like things like that. Like that's so fucking cute. That's so cute. Little things like that. Those are the minutia details that you should be putting in to your descriptions of your SP, is all those little things that made you actually really love them, that you loved what they did for you, because they're going to start doing those things again and again and again for you. You won't have to verbalize it, but you get real specific on the details, other than like, yeah, we're great, he's just great. Yeah, he just checked all the boxes. What boxes, bitch? What boxes? We had so much fun. He went, we just had so much fun together. We could sit on the couch and just laugh for hours. Yeah, okay, let's get a little bit more specific than that. Okay, what are the things that made him make you smile? The little things that he did. It's only half the question, Jessica. I keep saying, or I am. Oh, do you believe in LOA or I am? Depends on what LOA you're referring to. If you think, do I believe in the law of attraction? No. And the reason I don't believe in law of attraction is because you're not attracting anything. There is nobody in the sky that is deciding. Law of assumption, yes, I do. Because everything is an assumption, right? There will be, because you have to look at it this way. If law of assumption wasn't real, if your assumptions were not manifesting, then you would never, before you ever bought anything, you would never, ever, 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 ever have to read a review. Because every single product on the market, everything would have a 100% success rate. If it was the substance that worked, right? If diets worked, then everyone would do the same diet and get the same result. They'd all reach their weight loss goals, right? If the, that anti-aging face cream worked if that's what worked, then everyone would be looking like the 20 fucking years old when they put that bad boy on. Okay. All of these things why don't they work for everybody? Same with manifesting your SP back. If all you had to do was affirm to get your SP back, we'd have a 100% success rate. But why do we not? Because it boils down to your assumption of if that's going to work or not for you, right? Because all you ever do is buy marketing. All you ever buy is marketing. That's it. You don't know if it's good or not until you buy it. Nothing more disappointing than you getting hooked. There's nothing more disappointing than you watching a commercial about a yummy food item and you're like, oh, hell yeah. Del Taco's really good about this. They all are. And you're like, oh, hell yeah, that looks so good. And then you get it and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like Jack in the Box burgers, right? They look really good. And then you go pick it up and then you go open it up. And you're like, what the compared to the picture, it looks nothing like it, right? Because it's marketing. But everything boils down to your assumption of it. Do you believe that this is going to work for you? Do you believe that this is going to work? Do you believe that if you create the assumption, then it's the assumption that works. It's not the substance itself. It's not the substance itself. You can literally brush your teeth every single day with water only, with just water, but create the assumption that just the act of brushing your teeth is working you have the whitest teeth in the fucking world. You don't have to do anything for your teeth. You don't have to do teeth whitener. You don't have to do any of that shit. If you just told yourself that you have the whitest teeth in the world, your teeth are perfect. That will be true for you. Okay. So, but we accept things in our reality. Okay. And then but I do believe that if you know your assumptions manifest, then we leverage and we choose what we want to assume. And we need to only assume what's going to benefit you, not what's not going to benefit you. Because we have subconscious assumptions already that are not benefiting you. So you can choose to assume that your SP doesn't want to be with you because they said it. Or you can choose to assume that they absolutely want to be with you. Either way, you're going to be right one way or the other. Okay. And then when it comes to I don't even know why that's a thing. Okay. Like, what the fuck is I am? I know what it is. Okay. But it's not a thing. It's what somebody made it a thing. I ams are identities. That's all it is. I am is an identity. Okay. It's at the subconscious level and it's at the hierarchy of change. I am is not a fucking method or a technique. That's fucking the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay. But now that's what they're doing. They're like, yeah, you got to do the I am. Okay. It's an identity shift. Do you need to do those? 1000%. And anything that you're manifesting, you need to step into the identity, the I am, of what you want, of the person who has what you want. So if you're an entrepreneur, you have to first step into the identity of being a 7-figure entrepreneur so that you will have what 7-figure entrepreneurs have. Okay. Because it's not about working hard in your business. Because if all you had to do is work hard in your business, every entrepreneur will be successful, but it's not, because you have to see yourself as that person first. Same with weight loss. If you want to lose weight and you want it to be effortless, you have to switch the identity of I am sexy. I am a supermodel. Like, you have to have whatever identity. There's no right or wrong identity, but you have to have whatever identity is going to match what it is that you want. Same with being in a relationship with your SP. You have to have it. Again, there's no right or wrong identity. It can literally be like, I am the prize. I am the prize. Like, I am perfect. I'm the perfect girlfriend. Okay. But what you have to understand, but people like try to, because the thing is, I am statements with I am, AKA identities, because it's like a name badge that you put on that says, hello, my name is. Right. And that's all it is, identities. So the way this works is you have layers of the mind. Okay. You have layers of the mind. So and it goes, I'll start at the bottom and work up. Okay. So you have at the bottom, you have environment. This is where diets fail, people. You have environment and you have behaviors. Okay. So those are the conscious things in your life. Okay, that's conscious change. So when people try to just change their behaviors or their environment, this is temporary change. Okay, temporary change. They do it for a little bit, fall off the wagon. They do it for a little bit, quit. Okay, that's a conscious change. So this is where when you guys are trying to change your behaviors, it's temporary, or there's a lot of resistance because it's a conscious change. But then you have your beliefs, your values, and your identity. Those are at the subconscious level. Your identities are at the hierarchy of change. Your identities are the movers, shakers, and motivators of everything that you do in your entire life. They're the ones that are everything's running on autopilot from the identity level, the I am level. So when you change your identities, the I am, with I am statements, because that's all it is. I am is an I am statement. It's not a thing or a technique or a method. But when you change your identities, then your values, your beliefs, your environment, and your behaviors automatically change to match the identity. So you don't have to force or try for any of those other things. They automatically shift to match the identity. So that's all that implies. So if you want, but you have to pay attention to your I am statements, because some of you will have I am statements don't work one direction. Okay, it's not like, oh, we only have I am positive statements, but the negative shit, no. That's not how that works. No. So, and basically negative ones are it could be like, so you have the obvious ones, like I am a mother, I am a provider, uh, I am loved, I am secure, I am successful, right? Those ones you're aware of. I'm a caretaker, things like that. But it's the other ones where you say, I am lazy, I am fat, I am not worthy, I am not good enough. Those are all also identities. Those are all also identities. And they're not serving a good purpose. So oftentimes we will have two assumptions that go against each other. Okay, so like this is what I'll tell some of my entrepreneur clients that take sales calls. Okay, so if they take sales calls, I'll tell them, I said, here's the problem. So you're affirming, and you're telling yourself that you sign new clients every day. You sign new clients every day, like everyone books a call with you. Everybody books a call with you. You sign new clients every day. And you're changing your thoughts about that. But at the same time, you also are telling yourself that you're awful at sales, that you're not good at sales. Well, those two don't go together. Okay, so how are you going to affirm that you sign new clients every day, but at the same time, you already have a core assumption because you keep telling yourself that you're not good at sales? Okay, see what I'm saying? So those two counteract each other. They don't go in they're not in alignment. So we need to make sure that our assumptions are in alignment with what we want and not working against each other. So like, let's see if I can think of one when it comes to SP. Oh, so a lot of people, I get a lot of people that will have a level of confidence about them, right? And they know that they can get anybody. They're like, I can get anybody. Yeah, I know. I have no problem getting men. I have no problem getting a man, except the one they want. They feel like they can get whoever they want, but they're not good enough for the one that they actually want. Those two don't go together. So instead, you need to take the I can get anybody I want, I'm a bad bitch, and my SP knows that because whoever I want wants me even more. Okay, those two now go together. Instead of you having two assumptions that are clashing with each other, they're not in a tune or in alignment with each other. When they're in alignment with each other, then things shift. Okay? Now, I hope that explained it, but I've been seeing that a lot. Like, I was like, you mean that's not a method, it's an identity shift. It's an identity. Spoiler alert. So you need both, if that makes sense. Because identities are assumptions as well, right? Everything is an assumption. What you assume to be true about yourself is true through your identities too. So like when I was losing weight, before I was losing weight, I used to call myself fat. I used to call myself fat because I thought if I called myself fat, it wouldn't hurt my feelings if someone else called my ass fat. Because my brother loved to call me fat. And then, children have no filter, right? Like little kids, little ones. So my daughter would like pat my belly and be like, so squishy. I was like, fucking rude. But anyway, so I used to call myself fat. And so then I started to like try and diet. And I could eat a salad for the day and have nothing else and still not lose weight. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? And so then I was like, oh, that's because I identify myself as being fat. Now, I couldn't change the identity to I am healthy because I didn't see myself as unhealthy, okay? Because when you see yourself as unhealthy, I didn't see myself as unhealthy because when I went to the doctor, they'd be like, you're perfectly healthy. You're just morbidly obese. Sick. Love that for me. In fact, I got kicked out once I lost weight. I got kicked out of a huge weight loss group on Facebook because they thought I was lying. Because they said I looked pregnant my first picture. I was like, yeah, that was the problem. There's no baby, bitch. Duh. That was the problem. But when I changed the identity to I am sexy, then the weight just started coming off of me. Didn't matter what I ate. Didn't matter, all that stuff. I was just like, no, I'm sexy. And then I started telling myself that I could eat whatever I want and I lose weight. It's not a big deal. I don't need to diet to lose weight. And I started looking at the subconscious mind, because that's my background, and saying, okay, well, if I can do this in business success, why can't I do this in weight loss? It's the same fucking thing. And saying, well, how did I get overweight? You know, how did I get overweight? And so, because every time you didn't just wake up one day. You didn't just wake up. You didn't just go to bed one night at 120 pounds and wake up at 220. Did you? No. Right? But every day you would eat, you'd be like, oh, I overate. Oh, this is not going to be good for me. And then every day you jumped on that scale, you'd complain. Every time you went in front of the mirror, you'd complain and pick at your body. Therefore, it continued to get bigger. I said, well, what happens if I would do the opposite? Well, it started to match. I started to control the scale. Scale would continuously go down because I'd be like, I made it fun. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay. And that's your job, is to make this fucking fun. Make it fun and get out of your own ways. I'm so tired of you guys. I'm so tired of you guys putting in all this effort. I'm so tired of you guys putting in a shit ton of effort and wanting something just to be like, I'm just done. I just feel so defeated. I'm just done. I'm not seeing any movement. SP's saying this, he's doing that, he's being this, he's doing that. Oh, we had a big argument last night and I just think I'm just done. Like, he's just so mean and so rude to me and blah, 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 blah. I'm fucking tired of hearing that shit because you guys keep doing it over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. You're fine 1 minute, you're not fine the next. You're fine 1 minute, you're not fine the next. Because all you continuously do is assign negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning to everything. And I told you that nothing has meaning until you give it one. So what meaning are you going to choose to give shit? Bad meaning, not contacting me, blocking me, blocked, doesn't want to talk to me, he's ignoring me. Or are you going to sit there and start tooting your own fucking horn and start flattering yourself? Everything should be for your benefit. Keyword here is benefit, not for your own misery. You should literally sit there every fucking day and compliment yourself over and over and over again. Everything's flowery. You're still blocked? I don't think so. Look at him. I know he's looking at my profile right now. He just doesn't want me to know it because he cannot get enough of me. He's constantly looking at me. He's constantly wanting to know what's going on in my business, in my world. He cannot get enough of me. Oh, yeah. I know he's going through his phone right now, looking at my pictures, going down memory lane. All he can do is read our old text. Yeah, that's all I know. And tooting your own fucking horn that direction. Inner conversations. Hold on. 5 of these bitches. Inner conversations. Your inner conversations should be nothing but flattering and tooting your own horn every waking second you get. You don't get a text today? No, absolutely not. He texts me all day, every day. Like, literally, we talk all the time. He just texts me right now. He's looking at our texts right now every single day. All he can do is my picture is his wallpaper on his phone. Yeah. He cannot stop thinking about me. He dreams about me every single night. I know he's talking to everybody about me right fucking now. Right now. These should be your inner conversations, to toot your horn, to flatter yourself, to pick yourself up, to keep you on that pedestal by flattering yourself over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because he's hearing all of that. And now everything is in his mind is about you. You, because that's all you're doing is talking about yourself and how obsessed with you he is and how everything he's doing is for the greater good for you to be together. Like, yeah, right now he's planning our entire future out. Like, he cannot wait. Right now he's planning out everything. He's going to tell me everything that I want to hear right now. Like, he cannot get enough. That should be your inner conversations. That should be what they're about. Instead of what you're going to pre-assume he's not doing. Everything you tell yourself is creating an assumption within you. And I tell you that your assumptions matter. They're not just positive assumptions. You have a lot of negative ones too. And the more you replay Old shit after old shit after old shit. The more you do that, the more you amplify the negative assumption, but then want shit to change. The only way it's going to change is if you change your assumptions to be everything you want. Everything that you want. Let your ego be your amigo. I hate that people act like your ego is not your best friend. Yeah, toot your own fucking horn, bitch. Every day. Toot, toot. Toot, toot. Yeah, this motherfucker's obsessed with me. I already know he went on my profile 10 times today. I already know that. He can't stop looking at my pictures. He cannot stop looking at my pictures. In fact, he got all these dummy accounts just so I don't even know. Yeah, because he stalks my profile daily. All day, every day. I'm all he thinks about. Like, he thinks about me. He's thinking about me right now. Why? Because I'm thinking about him. And if I think about him, he's thinking about me. Why would you not want to create those assumptions? Your inner conversations are creating assumptions. So what the fuck are you creating? I'd only want to create assumptions that benefit me, that aid in my manifestation, because you know what? Then you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a lot of work. If you create assumptions that benefit your ass, get it together. You need to get it together now, because what? Why not? When you can if you could get a grip together now and stop focusing on movement, because I told you I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Stop focusing on no movement and start thinking that everything is fucking movement, then that's going to be true for you. Whatever you tell yourself is true for you. Your subconscious mind only has one job. To prove you right and to take you at your word. That is it. So what are you asking all day long? What are you repeatedly asking your fucking subconscious mind to prove you right about? How they don't want to talk to you? How they want to ghost you? How they want nothing to do with you? Is that what you want your subconscious mind to repeatedly prove you right about? Or do you want it to prove you right about everything that you want? Them being obsessed with you, thinking about you all the fucking time, can't get enough of you. Like literally, you live in their mind rent fucking free. Like they cannot stop feeling connected to you. Whatever they're doing, no matter who they're with, where they're at, doesn't matter. They can't stop thinking about me. No one compares to me and they know it. Every day I see movement. Every day I get movement from my SP. Every day I get movement from my SP. Every day. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. You can literally sit there and tell yourself that I know he misses me. I absolutely know he misses me. And he's thinking about me right now because he didn't contact me. I know every day he misses me even more and more. In fact, he can't stand to not talk to me because he misses me so much. You could tell yourself that. So fucking what? So what? Because it's not necessarily, Shaz, it's not necessarily about affirming, okay? If everyone had to affirm, and it depends on how often you're affirming, but what are you doing every other second of the day? A lot of people, what they're doing every other second of the day is having negative inner conversations, focusing on the 3D and reacting to fucking everything under the sun. I'm blocked on all platforms. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares if you're blocked from your SP's main profile? But do you know how many members we have that know for a fact that their SP has a dummy account that's watching them, that's following them, a fake profile? They know this, of course. So that's what I would tell myself. Oh yeah, he got 2,500 profiles, so he can check my shit out all day, every day. Okay, it's Shaz, most like you're wavering. Okay, you've been doing it for a few weeks now, but you see nothing in the 3D because you're looking for confirmation, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so you don't need to question anything because things are always moving behind the scenes. Then it pushes out, but not if you're not consistent. So if you're affirming, let's say you're affirming 5 times a day for 10 minutes at a time. Well, what the fuck are you doing at the rest of the day? What are you doing the rest of the day? Are you choosing to bitch, whine, moan, and groan and cry? Are you sitting there in your mind, in your subconscious mind, and having all these negative thoughts running on autopilot where your inner conversations are speaking against what you're affirming for? Probably. And it also depends on what you've been affirming for. Because if you have your affirmations going, some of your affirmations need to be for movement. You can't see movement if you can't see movement if you cannot, what's it called? You can't see movement if you're not affirming for movement or anticipating movement. You shouldn't have to do all this shit. You should just decide. It's not that easy when people are in no contact to just decide they're in a relationship when their 3D shows the opposite. You can decide, well, you should decide that this is absolutely working. This is going to work. This is absolutely working. And I'm deciding how this ends. Me and my SP together. That's what I'm deciding. Okay. But a lot of other people that say, no, just decide that you're married when you're not even speaking is unrealistic for most people. It's very unrealistic for most people. Because they're looking for confirmation. They're always looking for confirmation. Oh, it does. 1,000%, boss, is that they get stuck on technique after technique after technique after technique after technique, when all you have to do is exactly what you did to cause your breakup. You just have to do the same thing to cause your makeup. Not overthink it. Throw random thoughts out there that are what you want. And focus your inner conversations on what you want. Because again, you didn't go around town robotically affirming, they're going to break up with me, 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 they're going to break up with me. You didn't do that. So you don't have to necessarily do that. What you need to do, but what did produce the breakup is your inner conversation. You going around every time there's a problem and bitching in your mind about your SP, bitching to your friends about your SP, complaining about everything that they're not doing for you. All of that shit. That's what you did start doing. And that's what produced. Because it was natural inner conversations. So when you focus on having natural inner conversations, just like in fantasy land, we're like, oh my God, he's going to tell me everything that I want to hear. He's amazing. Like, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he's in love with me. Like, I know he can't stand to be away from me. These are inner conversations that are pushing out. And oftentimes, this is why people say, why is it the negative shit that pushes out quicker than the other positive stuff? Because you don't give it another fucking thought. You literally don't give it another thought. You just say it to say it. Or you just go in your mind to go in your mind. You don't give it another fucking thought. And then it pushes out. So we need to take the same thing and leverage that and say, if the negative stuff can push out, then why, if the negative stuff can push out without resistance, because you have no resistance to it because you just said it to say it, and it pushed out, then why can't we take that same knowing and leverage that and say, well, then I need to do the same with the fucking positive shit. I just need to do the same with the positive. So let me just go ahead and randomly have random positive thoughts. I don't need to think anything twice about it again. And then boom, pushes out. Same thing. And it pushes out quickly when you drop the resistance to it. And the only way you're going to drop the resistance to it is knowing. When you know, there's no resistance because you're like, you can't convince me fucking otherwise. 25,000 people can tell you the opposite. But when you know, their opinion has no effect on you. You're like, okay, well, I don't think so. They can't convince you otherwise, including your SP. That's how you know you'll know. Because if your SP tells you otherwise, you wouldn't be like, well, he said this. In your mind, you'd be like, I know that's not true. I already know that's not how he feels. That's absolutely not how he feels. I know this. Therefore, whatever comes out of his fucking mouth isn't bothering you because you know the opposite. Therefore, he turns right back around, and acts like that should never happen. All of a sudden, his feelings are right back on track when he just told you the other day to that he doesn't give two shits about you. And he doesn't want to be with you, and he's not ready for a relationship. All of a sudden. But if you know that, and you tell yourself, I know that's not true. I know that's not true. I know we're getting back together. I'm convinced. I'm absolutely convinced we're getting back together. Then he can tell you 15,000 times to your face, that's not going to happen. And you won't believe him. That is conviction. That's conviction. And that conviction is what you need to have for it to push out. Do you understand? I know you said yes. I know you said yes. So I want you now to work on that conviction. Do you understand? I had to jump on these coaching calls now. I did make a video today. I'll post it tomorrow. Okay. I am going to start posting videos once, twice a day. We'll see. Then I'm going to go on a massive recording. It's not hard, Lisa Butterfly. You just got to want what you want enough to just know. Confidence, ladies and gentlemen. Confidence. That's what you need. All right? All right, besties, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, you want one-on-one coaching with me, guided meditations, hypnosis bundles, whatever it is that you want, all links are in the bio. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, you can always catch it on the tube of the U. And head on over there. Subscribe while you're there. Subscribe. Thanks, user 478. And yes, I will, Haley. And also, I have a WhatsApp group, all the things. Go join. Okay? All right. I love you, besties. And I will see you all later.